2025 Nome Planning Commission meeting to order. Clerk may call the roll.
Commissioner Ford,
Here.
Commissioner Hughes,
Present.
Commissioner Oden, Commissioner Estrella, Commissioner Smith,
Here.
Commissioner Luss.
Here.
We have a quorum.
Great. You have before you the agenda for tonight's meeting. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt. Motion to adopt.
Second.
Motion to adopt by Commissioner Smith. Motion to second by Commissioner Lust. Any discussion on the agenda? We'll call the roll on the motion.
Commissioner Hughes,
Yes?
Commissioner Smith,
Yeah.
Commissioner Luss,
Yes. Yes.
sorry, Commissioner Ford,
Yes.
Try to eke it out.
Motion carries. We've approved the agenda. Next item before you is approval of the minutes from the July 11th, 2025 Nome Planning Commission meeting. Chair will entertain a motion to adopt.
Motion to adopt. I'll make a motion.
Motion by Commissioner Lust to adopt, seconded by Commissioner Smith. Any discussion on the minutes? Call the roll for adoption of minutes.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Luss,
Yes.
Commissioner Ford,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes. Seeing there are no Historic Preservation Commission activities this meeting, we'll move on to communications, where we are notified that the United States Army Corps of Engineers has awarded a construction contract for a portion of the Port of Nome modification project. It's there in your packet. If you have any questions, I'm not sure if we've got answers, but I'm sure there's someone referenced in the packet who can provide those answers. Next item on the agenda is citizens' comments. Are there any citizens who would like to comment? Now's your time. Going once, going twice. All right. Unfinished business. There seems to be nothing under unfinished business, so we'll continue with new business. We have an application for a conditional use permit by Bering Straits Regional Housing Authority. And at 7:04 p.m., we will recess into public hearing to hear about it and to take public comments. If everyone who'd like to talk about the conditional use permit for the commission.
Sure. Do you have a copy of our application?
Yes, you want to state your name for the record?
Oh, yeah, okay, if you have a copy, then I won't hand it out. Yeah, my name is Walter Rose with the Bering Straits Regional Housing Authority. We submitted an application for a conditional use permit in a resource development zone, I believe it is called. You're aware that we are building some triplexes and some single family homes out by the route, out by ICView. We are doing gravel fill, and we would like to put a man camp out there that is self-sufficient, has its own water and sewer hookup. Have you all had the opportunity to read our application?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, so I don't really need to go into any details. Do you have any questions?
Yeah, the first question is that the site selected for the positioning of the man camp is also a site that you previously indicated would be where one of the triplexes would be built.
Okay, so we are now building that triplex out on 6th Avenue. because we have a very short deadline and our 6th Avenue property was ready for construction. So, Eric, what did we do? We merged 2 lots together.
Yes, we consolidated 2 lots there on Sixth Avenue, 2A and 2B, Block 80. And the reason we did that is because one, this building needs to be complete as soon as possible. September 30th, just to have the building erected. And that was the only place that was ready, and we had 1 and 2.
Sure. Relative to the conditional use permit for, it doesn't really matter what's going on with the triplex as long as it's not gonna be tried to stuffed on that same roof place or somewhere else.
That is correct.
Yeah,
That
okay,
lot
so it
is-
just goes away and it's going somewhere else, so you got plenty of room. No real big deal. That just wasn't real clear in the application. And there was a conflict from your previous application, so that answers that question.
Okay. Any other questions?
I guess I just want to make sure that I understand that this is essentially a trailer, self-contained, and the plan is to have it on site with up to 6 workers in there, no more than 2 vehicles. And as after the project is completed, which is tentatively October, November, it's the plan. Do you think it's going to winter there, or do you think it'll be moved off site before? Or can you just clarify that so I have a really clear understanding in my mind?
I believe it's going to be moved off-site. And
Yeah, they're intending to sell it as soon as they're completed erecting the other 2 triplexes. And then it'll probably sit there until it's sold, but I think they don't want to take it home. So they will probably leave it here. But yeah, we don't want it on our property. We got other stuff we need to do there.
Are you gonna put another triplex or something in that place once it's sold, or?
Yeah, that space is available for a triplex or, another home or 2.
Whatever pans out in the end, kind of, okay.
yeah, AHFC has $750,000 of funding available for 2026. Not enough to build another triplex, but perhaps a 3-bedroom home. And that would also be rural professional housing.
So does this man camp is described as self-contained? Does it have a generator?
I believe,
Yeah, it has a small generator that's actually attached to the tongue of the trailer. But we lent them a larger one right now just because they needed a little more power if they could have it.
And does it have, I thought I heard you say it's got water and sewer hookups?
no, it's got built-in tanks. It's got a
Right,
built-in
okay.
septic and a built-in
Oh, okay, so,
water storage.
right, yeah, that makes a lot more sense. Okay, that meets the definition of self-contained.
They're getting serviced by a local guy, basically. Yeah. So is it gonna be hooked up to power, or are you gonna be using a generator?
We use the generator until the city can come on in and throw a pole in or whatever's needed to, actually, we gotta electrify the 2 triplexes right away if we can.
Okay, good. Okay, because there's ordinances on generator use, as long as the utilities is okay with it. Okay, should be fine.
I guess if I could have one follow-up question is, I know there's at least one letter asking this not to go there. I wish that it's moose hunting, right? People are out. I guess if the Planning Commission didn't approve this, what would be their plan B? It's my understanding that this is up at the port right now, or is it our?
Right now, it's temporarily being staged at an industrial site up by Belton's High School. Sean Palmerick has control of the property.
Okay. Yeah, I know people hear man camp and they get big scary ideas. When I read the application, and in my mind, I'm saying it's just a trailer that's got 6 rooms in it. There's enough room for 6 people, and the fact that it's so temporary is intriguing.
Yeah, that did change since we submitted our application. We moved it up to Pomeranke's land because they wouldn't let us operate it down at the harbor.
Oh, yeah, right.
Anything else?
Is the parent online and does she have any thoughts to potentially share?
Sure.
All her
Oh,
thoughts?
yep, just written here, okay.
are written.
Yep,
Yeah.
yep.
She's not on there.
Erin does have some recommendations in her, the city planning commission, or the city planner has some written recommendations in here, and I would certainly be in support of making sure that those are
Yeah.
followed as she documented it.
Right. That's nothing too crazy.
Right. Seems pretty benign in nature, just making sure we're dotting i's and crossing t's.
Right. So just to alert you, and if you got any further comments on them, we could talk about it. The city planner has suggested the following conditions. The building setback requirements shall be met, which is standard. I think you do that already. The plan for the multifamily structure identified for this location shall be clarified. You did that already. The conditional use permit shall note the direct connection to the construction of the last frontier apartments, specifically 2 triplexes approved under CU permit CU 25-01. In your permit application, you clearly state that once the triplexes are, that having that man camp is contingent upon construction. When construction is done, you're gonna move it, do something with it. So you've already met that. The term of the CU permit shall be limited to the earlier of completion of the project or 5 years following the issuance of the building permit for the crew camp, and this shall be included on the conditional use permit. Again, I don't think that's anything that you should find too alarming. And then the last item is simply the detailed schedule for deconstruction and removal provided with the permit application shall be included on the conditional use permit, with a note that this plan shall be updated on or before each anniversary date of the issuance of the conditional use permit by the applicant. So that just means we want to report every year about where you're at with things and closeout report saying we sold it, it's been moved off, end of file. Within 5 years, and you're good, or before, shortly after completion. So to the earlier of completion there, I don't see any real timeline for once you complete the project to when it has to be moved. Written in anything here, simply that would be expecting it to be moved or something would happen.
But it would be effectively, it'd have to be an empty building there because it's tied specifically to the construction of those apartments, so they
Right.
wouldn't. Yeah, okay.
So those are the only conditions. I don't think that there's anything, do you have any further?
Nothing that I object to. I think it's, our application pretty much satisfies those terms
Yeah.
already. So,
Yeah.
that's acceptable.
Okay. Do you have any final comments?
No,
All right. Is there anyone else that would like to comment? We did have one letter. Okay, Cliff, go ahead.
I just wanted to say I got to visit the triplex over on 6th Avenue, and it's a beautiful project, and I really applaud what they're doing up here for housing for people. So that's my word for you.
Okay, thank you. So we did have one letter from a community member, Mark Cusso, who objected to the placement of the man camp so close to the residential zone, but he didn't necessarily explain why he thought having 6 people there would be a problem. Especially at that location, there's not a lot of houses right next door to it. There's not a lot of residences right next door to it. So we accept his comment and move on. So we'll come out of public comments at 7:16 PM. Chair will entertain a motion to approve the conditional use permit.
I need to make a disclosure that I was involved in the transfer of this property to Bering Straits. So I don't know if that allows me to cast a vote or if, I
Okay,
just want to make it
Sure.
clear that I was involved in when they purchased the Ruby Placer.
okay, so that's in the past tense?
Correct.
Okay, so nothing that we're doing here tonight will be impacted by that.
Correct.
You're not saying that anything we're doing here tonight will benefit you financially.
Correct.
So please vote. Thank you. Sure. Okay,
Motion
so,
to approve conditional use permit.
okay, motion by Commissioner Smith to approve the conditional use permit, seconded by
Come on.
I'll second it.
by Commissioner Ford. Okay, now because this is a resource development area and the previous sub-area plan that we approved, a resource development area, in order to approve a conditional use permit, it has to be found in alignment with the sub-area plan. We accepted the plan that Bering Straits Regional Housing Authority brought forth the last at their last conditional use permit hearing, and we can do similar today, that this is an update of their sub-area plan. And so in terms of findings of fact, one finding of fact is that the sub-area plan previously approved is being amended to delete the triplex and add demand cap. And so a yes motion for the conditional use permit will also approve that sub-area plan. We went through in the public hearing segment a number of conditions that will be on the permit. Real quickly, building setback requirements shall be met. Plan for the multifamily structure previously identified for this location shall be clarified. The conditional use permit shall note the direct connection to the construction of Last Frontier Apartments. The term of the conditional use permit shall be limited to the earlier of completion of the project or 5 years following the issuance of the building permit. And the detailed schedule for deconstruction and removal provided with the permit application shall be included on the conditional use permit, with a note that this plan shall be updated on or before each anniversary date of the conditional use permit. Is there any discussion on the motion?
Pretty clear.
May call the roll.
Commissioner Smith,
Yes.
Commissioner Lust,
Yes.
Commissioner Ford,
Yes.
Commissioner Hughes.
Yes.
It passes.
Okay, well, there we go. Motion passes. Next item on the agenda, staff reports. Are there any? Not really? Okay. Go on to commissioners' comments.
Thanks for being good for. Yeah, there's.
This is your
Commissioner's report.
your comments.
Yes.
Okay, you wanna read them?
Well, I'll just go over it. General, just it's a bunch of rambling about, looking at the last building inspector's update and noticing that still we don't get no data that's real hard like we used to of what permits are out there, what a remodel, what are this and that, ever since we went to the computerized system. And so, then when I came into City Hall to ask for them, it took a little while again, but I got them very nicely. And a lot of things became apparent that are missing in those reports, like project valuation, which is a formula prescribed by the ICC that is the basis for appraisal adjustments and stuff like that. When the city's contractor, whoever does the appraisals, comes in and does valuations and things like that. So without that information, is it not getting in there? Is it too hard to get in there? Is it, I'm not sure where that information went. But that's the basis for adjusting tax rolls. And if we don't have that information in the new system, what good is the new system? Or where is that information? That's the kind of thing that I know. And there's also a lot of construction going on, a dramatic increase in permits, and a lot of unpermitted activity, a lot of stuff going on all around that I don't see any enforcement going on. Very concerning to me from a public safety standpoint, that there's not a lot of that kind of thing just checking. And, you know, we got people like Joe Burnham, who the city council wanted some movement against and enforcement, and he's just doing everything he still wants to without a permit. You just go right down the street and look at him doing the old place across from Mark Johnson's. He's
got permits.
But right, and that's about it. He's doing.
Oh, I didn't see him either.
Right, we didn't see him, but that's the point. We'd like to see them on a permit, on a thing like we used to, so that when the community asks us if they got a permit and stuff like that, we have the information we used to have. It just seems to me the transition to the computer-based system is either not getting the information isn't getting compiled and put in, but it's a potential loss of revenue in the tens of thousands of dollars for the city of Nome in their most profitable margin where they get all their money from, property taxes. They're foregoing a lot. That was my report from trying to do my duty as a commissioner.
Okay.
Commissioner Ford.
Sorry.
Sorry.
You had to bring up Burnham, didn't you?
It's all right. Don't want to give me any heartburn. Burn.
Yeah. Yeah, it would be nice to get a report about what's happening up there on the highway on the way to the school with that lot of Mr. Burnham's. Other than that, I don't really have anything to say. I'm sick, so I don't. I'll just pass my baton over to whoever's next. Thank you.
Commissioner Lust.
Thanks everybody tonight for the good meeting and good discussion on this important topic. I know housing is on everybody's mind, and I'm super excited to see progress being made, apartments being built. On the other note, at some point, there's going to need to be a hard pivot to single family homes. That's what keeps people in Nome. Being a renter to somebody buys time, but if you want people to be part of a community, they have to have home ownership. So we don't want to be a community where the professionals who come in get really nice housing provided, and the people who live here day to day, years on end up in not great conditions. So that's it.
Thank you, Commissioner Lust. Thank you, Greg, for the report there. I didn't understand what you're talking about here, and I would say that it would be great to have the permit summaries in our packet again. That was something that, one of the few things that I actually ended up started looking at on a regular basis and referring to, because just in terms of keeping track of all the stuff that is going on in town, found it pretty handy. Other than that, we have a new school year and a whole new election season approaching. There's a lot of opportunity to help the city out in various boards and commissions. And if folks have an interest or an inkling or a few spare minutes, we have Planning Commission, Port Commission, Public Safety Commission, all things that require public citizen regular input in order to function properly and to help our community make these important decisions that come through. I'd like to encourage anyone who might be listening, who might have an interest to put an application in. We're definitely looking for good folks to join our efforts. And that's it for my comments. Schedule of next meeting.
Special meeting next week, right?
Yeah, I believe so.
Dan Grimmer, City Clerk.
Oh, staff report.
So, next Tuesday, we have a special meeting for variance, permit request. 7 PM. Right. The October meeting, we'll need to reschedule as it falls on a municipal election day.
But that happens every year.
Well, it's because it's, yeah.
Tuesday?
It's first Tuesday of October every year. So, yeah, entertain requests or preferences of
I
what day to
second.
move that. We could just move it to the following Tuesday.
That's fine by me. I don't know how October 14th suits anyone else.
Commissioner Smith, Commissioner West.
Huh?
October 14th,
Looks good.
Commissioner West.
Yes, that is fine. 7 PM.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, that's.
All right, that's all I got. Thanks.
Thank you. So that's our schedule of the next meeting.
Motion to adjourn.
We have a motion to adjourn. Is there a second?
Second.
Seconded by
Ford.
Commissioner Ford. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
All opposed? Motion carries. Thank you all.
Thank you.
7:29.
I want to mess up with my-